Hello and welcome. My name is Lexi Jong and here I like to talk about luxury beauty. Today we're taking a look at the new Pat McGrath LIQUILUST shades. So the LIQUILUST is a liquid lipstick from Pat McGrath. The product itself is not new, but she did release 5 new shades and there's actually new metallics. So previously she had released matte shades. Those are still available. She released 2 new matte shades and 3 metallic shades. And we're going to talk about the formula. We're going to take a look at swatches. I picked up all 5. Let's start off with the lip swatches while we talk a little bit about this product. So all 5 shades of these are 5 milliliters of product and they all have a 1-year shelf life. However, the matte liquid lipsticks, those are made in the US of US and imported ingredients, whereas the metallics all just say made in Italy. So just something to note there is a slight difference there with the manufacturing. Now, the liquid lipsticks from Pat McGrath, these are a thin liquid lipstick. They go on very smoothly. And, you know, I think that if you've tried these before, you already know they're thin, they're not really drying on the lips. Any liquid lipstick can feel a little bit dry on the lips as it settles down because it kind of depends how your lips naturally feel. If you don't wear any lip balm or anything, do your lips naturally feel dry? They're going to feel that same way. You might notice a little bit more dryness. And that's true for any liquid lipstick. So I would say that these are one of the least drying liquid lipsticks I have ever used. And they hold up really well. So they're not going to be mask-proof, transfer-proof liquid lipsticks. If you wipe it, it's going to come off. However, if you're not like actively wiping or pressing against the lipstick, it's going to stay on pretty much all day. I actually ate an entire meal of Chinese food, you know, all that grease and everything, and it still looked great at the end of the meal. So these really hold up very well, and they're very comfortable on the lips. Now, one thing to note, and you'll notice this during these lip swatches, some of these seem to go on a little bit thinner than others. And, you know, I actually have a solution for that. So if you open one up and it seems very liquidy, I would recommend just putting that one right back in there, shaking it up. Just shake it up and it's going to have a better consistency. So I actually did that in between the first and second swipe with some of these just to kind of improve the consistency. That being said, I have noticed a slight difference in the thickness of the formula for certain shades. So I think the one that's the easiest to apply because it is a little bit thicker than the others would be the Rose Divinity shade. That one, it is a very slight difference, but it's just a little bit, it has a little bit more substance to it. So it's just a little bit easier to apply neatly. One other thing to note, when you are closing these, you want to actually turn the package all the way until you hear a clicking sound. You don't hear that clicking sound, it's not completely closed, even though it might look like it is. And then you could have, you know, the product dry out a little bit sooner. So just something to note there. And another thing to mention, and this is true for all liquid lipsticks, if your lips are not nicely exfoliated and you have like dry patches and so forth, those will be accentuated with something of this nature. So something with this thin formula that's really just barely covering that, you're going to see any of that. So in these lip swatches, I did exfoliate my lips prior to that, but I do still have a dry patch in the middle that just wouldn't budge. So you can see how much accentuation I get with just that little patch. So let's go ahead and move on to the arm swatches here. And this one here is going to be Nude Venus. And just before we open this up, listen to the click. So when you're closing this, you feel some resistance. It seems like it's closed, but it's not fully closed until you hear that click. So just twist it a little bit extra. When you are applying this, I would recommend, this is how much product actually comes off just when you pull this straight out. I would definitely recommend wiping off the applicator. That is plenty of product to cover your lips. And this again is going to be Nude Venus. This is one of the matte shades. Now, before we go on, I just want to compare this Nude Venus to the Nude Venus in the Vinyl Lip Shine. I'm going to put the vinyl one right above it so you can see the color difference. Just build up that portion there. And you can see that the Nude Venus in the liquid lipstick is going to be significantly darker. You've got a bit more of a peachy rose vibe to it, whereas in the Divinal Lip Shine, this is pretty much more pure peach. So there is going to be a difference in the shade. This here is Nocturnal Amour. And you can see this is going to be a really beautiful, deep, kind of like crimson with a touch of berry. You can see there is a little bit of berry when that kind of fades out, but it's going to be very deep, very gorgeous shade here. And then the metallics, notice these have red packaging, whereas the mattes have a black package. And this one here is going to be Nude Awakening. Look at that. Just a really beautiful kind of soft golden bronze shade with a touch of peach. And this one here is Rose Divinity. And I love this one. I mean, this is going to be my favorite. You can see it is a cooler tone rose berry shade, but it's not like overly cool. So there's still a touch of warmth in there. And I just think it's such a beautiful classic shade. And last up, we have Crimson Sunset. This is what is on my lips right now. And look at that. So this is going to be a touch more red than Rose Divinity, a little bit deeper. On the lips, the Crimson Sunset looks almost like a deeper version of Rose Divinity. They're going to be pretty close, but you can see there's definitely a bit more red in Crimson Sunset. So these are the 5 new shades. So I just let these swatches sit for a minute so you could see what they look like completely dry. And you can see that the mattes are going to dry to a true matte finish. They're thin, they're weightless, they're very comfortable on the lips. I really enjoy them. And then the metallics, you've got that matte base. You have this intense metallic vibe to them. So they're going to still have life and presence on the lips, and they have a lot of shine. They hold up really well. I have to say I'm very impressed with the formula. Overall, I really like these. I would love to know what your thoughts are on the Liquid Lust lipsticks, these and the previous ones that were released. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.